Nnpc is the target of all the presidential candidates. Shehu, Sani, welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. The former Cardinal Central Governor Shehu Sani has taken to his verified Twitter handle to say that Nnpc is the target of all of the presidential candidates. The outspoken activist Shehu Sani tweeted some minutes ago to say all the presidential candidates for the 2023 presidential election have the same agenda to sell off the Nnpc, the refineries, and everything there. Shehu Sani noted in his statement that the wealthy people in the country do not prefer to go into mining solid materials and invest into agriculture or manufacturing. However, Shehu Sani concluded by saying that they should remember that Nigeria was still a developing nation. Shehu Sani's post on Twitter read thus: all the presidential candidates wants to sell off the Nnpc, sell off the refineries and everything there. The Nigerian rich do not want to go into mining solid minerals or invest in agriculture or manufacturing. Nnpc is their target. We should not forget that we are a developing country. What is your take on what Shehu Sani said? Well, this is shots fired though. To me, if I were a presidential candidate, this is not a time to come and start replying his tweets. Rather, they should prove it to us that they are not after that. That is what they are going to do. If anyone who emerges the winner as the 2023, presidential elections, they are going to. So they should ensure that this thing now that Shehu Sani said, because I know they are going to dig it out at a particular day and time. This tweet, they are going to bring it out and said, Shehu Sani said something like this. So, but Nigerians, how do we even get to know people who are going to come in and sell off? That is some people's zone of contention. A lot of people have the opinion that, they have generalized that all those politicians are the same. Some are coming in just to, have a take a piece of the national cake and all. How do we know? See, my own opinion, just like somebody goes for an interview and you feel the person does well. You hope that the person will come and add value to the organization. That is it. It's a 50-50. You say that the person does well or the person does not. Either of the two. Nobody could die. So we're going to keep trying. Not trying at all. There are people who are of the opinion that during the election they're not going to come out to vote. And when you ask them why, they will tell you, the ones that have been voting before for, what difference did they make? And I tell them that is a problem. Let's say, for instance, you have a sick child. This is what I tell those people. If you have a sick child and that particular illness have defied all medications, you have taken this child to the hospital, you have spent money, and first of all, you have not been able to diagnose what is wrong with him. But all the treatments he has been receiving, none of them is. Will you leave that child to die? Of course not. You will not. No matter what you come off for your body, no matter what you will keep, spending and hoping that any of the medication that will be prescribed is going to, cure, is going to help, treat whatever is wrong with them. You don't abandon it. So this is the same thing I give those particular people think like that. And I know many of us here are like that. We have the opinion, say, after all, these people, all of them, that is how they'll carry their sweet mouth and come. Yes, politicians, they have a very sweet tongue. They'll come and tell you, oh, I will do this, I will do that, I will do this, I will do that. You think the one, oh, this person, I ain't too pass. Now this one, I ain't do okay. Until maybe when it gets there, maybe the result expected is not what is saying. But I just encourage us, say, it does not mean we should fold our hands on the fence. Do you know what happens when you don't go to cast a vote? I'm specifically talking to those who do not have any intention to go out and vote, even when they have their PVC. They'll tell you, I'm just going there to get it. It's just for means of identification. When I go to any place and they say, what's your valid ID, and you give them. This is for them. You are not doing Nigeria. You're not doing us, even yourself. You're not doing yourself any good. Why? Because if you sit on the fence and you are saying you're not going to vote because you have voted before and you are not able to get anything out of it, this is what will happen. You are going to be adding to the population of those who, you're as good as those who purposely vote in bad leaders. Yes. Because the fight or the battle is not against those who are sitting on the fence and those who are voting. The battle is against those who the battle is not against those who are, how do I even put it? What adjective do I use to? Okay, the battle is against those who are voting for bad leaders and those who are voting for good leaders. So, if you do not vote, automatically you are telling those that are voting for their pockets, those who are, there for their pocket, you are telling them to go ahead. That's what you're doing. But the minute you go out to cast your votes, and deep down, you're not voting because he's your great father's uncle's cousin. You're not voting because he's a member of your tribe. You're not voting because he practices the same faith with you. You're not voting because he's a member of your your king's man, your brother. You're voting because, this person, he has proven himself to a point that he's coming in to do something good for the country. You're voting the person based on equity, fairness, and justice. Then you are now on the side of those who want Nigeria to be better. But if you sit on the fence, this is where it is going to be. This thing that Shehu Sani said now will disrupt. A lot of people will come and say, it is true. Those people, all of them, everybody is the same thing. They are looking for how to collect their own share. But we must not stop. And let me say this, I just want to put this in our minds. Please, let us note that things may not go as planned in 2023. This, our fight for good governance, good leadership, getting people who are competent. If we do not get it, I just want to prepare. They say plan for the best but prepare for the worst. Let us leave a part of our mind so that your trust in voting will not be shattered. Some people will tell you, say, if they vote this one, after this one, will lie, then go lick sand. Tell you, say, they're not going to vote again if Nigeria do better. Let us not have that mindset. It's a gradual process. Countries that have had their independence and they are working, for instance, China, for instance, Dubai, those countries that we feel that are better than us, I beg. Those countries it is not an overnight something. They did not wake up and achieve it. Some of them fought real hard. Some died in the process, yes. Some people died in the process of make their country better. So that is it. It should not be the end of, I no go vote again, or make nobody call my matter or follow me talk vote in Nigeria again. Please, I say make a remind us. Things might not go as planned, but we should still keep pushing. I know that word, no condition is permanent. Nigeria follow inside. We're not going to remain as a developing nation for the whole of a lifetime. It is not going to happen. Once upon a time, we'll be referring to now as past tense. That time, Nigeria will be a better place. So we just have to hold the fort until it happens and do the right thing as well. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until